Hello, and this is the final assignment for computer programming and logic. This week I used 23 jumper wires, 3 male to female wires, 3 LEDs, 3 resistors of 10K ohms, 1 resistor of 220 ohms. I used a motor, 3 push buttons, the ultrasonic sensor. I used a buzzer. I also used a sound sensor and our Arduino. We got our code and 9-volt battery. This lab we were supposed to simulate a conveyor belt as it moves along. So I have 3 stations. So I drew a little picture of what this circuit kind of does. We have 1 push button that controls the conveyor belt to kind of start it off. Then we have our first station, which is just 2 push buttons connected to LEDs, which controls where it goes next. We then have a ultrasonic sensor connected to a buzzer. So as something would come close to the ultrasonic sensor, it would go off either between 4 and 6 inches or 1 and 3 inches from the sensor. Then that'll control the frequency of the buzzer. Then that station leads down to our sound sensor, which based off the frequency from the buzzer, it will give off a different output controlling the LED. Then we have our code right here. We have all of our pin definitions, everything we used. Then we have our further definitions, which will decide either if it's an output or an input. Then we have our serial begin. This helped a lot as I was programming it. And then the first thing in our void loop is the first push button. So it's just pretty simple. If the push button is pressed, then it will move the belt. And right here I have the function motor moves. Then if we go to the very bottom of it, right here, function motor moves. We're going to be using this a lot. It's just telling the motor to move for 3 seconds and then turn off. So that's all that is. I use this a lot throughout my code. Then we have our 2 outputs. Our first one to check if product A is pressed. So it's very similar to the first one, where if a button is pressed, it'll send an output. But this one, if it's pressed, it'll set the product A high, which is the red LED, I'm pretty sure. And then up here, further on, we have, this is the same code. It'll wait a second, then it'll turn off, and then it'll serial print. It'll just say to station 2, saying that it goes to station 2. Then we have motor moves, just moves the motor to the next station. Then, like the button A, it's the exact same except for different buttons. So instead of turning on a red LED, it'll turn on the blue one, and still ends with motor moves and has to station 2, because even though they are different outputs, they still both go to station 2. Then we have our ultrasonic sensor. I used the example that Arduino gave us, and that helped out a bunch as I was making this. Right here we have our output, or not this is the defining everything. So the ultrasonic sensor will react best to 10 microseconds of delay. So then further down we have on the serial print, it'll show the inches and the centimeters of the of how close something is to the sensor. And then down here we have the code. So this one says if an object is between 4 and 6 inches, then it'll run this code. It'll say to station 3, simulating it moving. It moves the motor, making it go to the next station, and then it'll have the beeper beep. And then we have a very similar one, but this is for if something is closer. So between 1 and 3 inches, it'll do the exact same thing except at a different tone. This is supposed to simulate like 2 tracks of product. So as it goes to station 2, it splits off going, and then it'll be either closer to the sensor on one rail than farther away on another. Finally, we have our sound sensor. So it will, where is it? It has a digital read of the sound, which is just clarified as volume. So then it'll print the sound level if it's on or off, if sound is coming to it. So it's waiting, as you can see on the circuit, it's set up right on top of the beeper. So as the beeper beeps, then it'll activate the code. And the code's very simple. Right here. It will say sound is detected and then activate the product. And then it'll turn the LED on, move the motor, then turn the LED off, finishing off the circuit. And this is motor moves and further clarification. So to start off the circuit, push the button, runs the motor, as you can hear. Moving to the next station, then we have push button 1, there we go. Don't know why that took so long, but that simulates the first product, and then this one would be product B, the blue light. Then to simulate the track, it'll either be closer or farther. So as a farther distance, right here, it'll beep, run the motor, and then on the serial print, it'll simulate that noise is there, it'll go, and then if something is closer, it does a different beep, moving the motor twice, having it go from station 2 to station 3, and then from station 3, which is a sound sensor, moving to the final product. Okay, here is my first station, and then product A, and you can hear it, the motor going. Then product B going, and then you can see the inches are getting closer and closer. 9 inches, 8, 7, 6. Once it hits 6, it's a threshold. Then to station 3, beeps, and then detects the sound. And then if it is really close, so 3 inches, station 3, a different pitch, sound detected, activating product. And there we go. That is serial communications for my final project.